Before Rolls-Royce became a symbol of luxury, its story began with a boy who grew up with almost nothing. His name was Frederick Henry Royce. Henry Royce was born in 1863 in Walton, England, into a struggling family. His childhood was far from the luxury associated with his name today. When Henry was still young, his father died, leaving the family in serious financial difficulty. Royce learned early that survival meant hard work. Even as a child, Henry was fascinated by machines. Clocks, tools, gears, and anything mechanical could hold his attention for hours. His formal education was limited because his family could not afford to keep him in school for long. But Royce never stopped teaching himself. He spent his free time reading and studying mathematics and engineering. Books became his teachers, and curiosity became his greatest advantage. As a teenager, Royce left school and began searching for work. He had no wealthy family behind him and no easy path to success. His first jobs introduced him to the world of industry. Every workshop and every machine became another lesson for the young engineer. Royce eventually worked with railway machinery, where he learned the importance of precision, reliability, and careful engineering. While other workers saw machines as tools, Royce looked deeper. He wanted to understand exactly why every gear, shaft, and component worked. He became known for his determination and attention to detail. Royce believed that even the smallest mechanical part could be improved. His growing knowledge of engineering opened new opportunities. He began working with electrical technology at a time when electricity was transforming Britain. Royce became deeply interested in electric motors and electrical equipment. He studied how machines could be made more efficient and dependable. He eventually helped build and develop electrical machinery of his own. These early experiments strengthened the engineering skills that would define his future. But Royce wanted to create something bigger. He began designing his own mechanical inventions, constantly testing and improving his ideas. Late nights became normal. Under the light of an oil lamp, Royce studied drawings, calculated measurements, and planned his next invention. Eventually, he established his own engineering business. It was a modest beginning, but Royce now had a place where he could build according to his own standards. Then came the machine that would change his life, an automobile. Royce was not satisfied with the cars available at the time. He wanted to build a car that was quieter, smoother, stronger, and more reliable. So he designed and built his own early motor car. That car was only the beginning. Soon, a wealthy automobile enthusiast named Charles Rolls would meet Henry Royce, and in 1904, their unlikely partnership would lay the foundation for Rolls-Royce. While Henry Royce was building his reputation as an engineer, another man was becoming fascinated by the automobile. His name was Charles Stewart Rolls. Rolls came from a wealthy British aristocratic family. Unlike Royce, he grew up surrounded by privilege, education, and financial security. But Rolls wasn't interested in simply living a comfortable life. He was fascinated by engineering, speed, and the future of the automobile. He became an early automobile enthusiast and began driving some of the newest cars available in Britain. Rolls quickly realized that automobiles could become more than a hobby. He saw the potential for a completely new luxury industry. He became one of Britain's early automobile dealers, searching for exceptional cars that he could offer to wealthy customers. Then Rolls heard about an engineer named Henry Royce who had built a remarkably smooth and reliable automobile. Curious about the machine, Charles Rolls traveled to meet Royce and see the car for himself. In 1904, two men from completely different worlds finally met. Royce was a self-taught engineer from a poor background, while Rolls was a wealthy aristocrat and businessman. Rolls examined Royce's automobile carefully. What impressed him most was not its appearance, but its engineering and remarkable smoothness. The two men began discussing their vision for a new kind of automobile, one built around quality, reliability, and luxury. Their meeting led to a partnership. Rolls would focus on sales and customers, while Royce would focus on engineering and manufacturing. Together, they created a powerful combination: Royce's engineering genius and Rolls' business connections. The early Rolls-Royce automobiles began to attract attention in Britain. Customers quickly noticed the company's obsession with quality. Inside the factory, engineers worked carefully on every engine and component. The goal wasn't simply to build cars, it was to build exceptional cars. As the automobiles traveled across Britain's roads, the Rolls-Royce reputation continued to grow. Engineers constantly tested and improved the cars, searching for greater reliability, smoother performance, and quieter engines. Then came one of the most important cars in the company's history, the Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost. The Silver Ghost became famous for its extraordinary smoothness, reliability, and refinement. It helped establish Rolls-Royce as a leader in luxury automobiles. And as Henry Royce and Charles Rolls stood beside the Silver Ghost, they could see that their unlikely partnership had created something much bigger than either man expected, a brand that was beginning to earn a reputation as the best car in the world. After the success of the Silver Ghost, Rolls-Royce was no longer just another car company. It had become a symbol of luxury and engineering excellence. Across Britain, wealthy families began choosing Rolls-Royce as a statement of status, elegance, and prestige. By the 1920s, Rolls-Royce automobiles could be seen on the streets of London, becoming closely associated with Britain's elite. But history was about to change. World War brought enormous challenges, forcing Rolls-Royce to adapt to a very different world. During the war, Rolls-Royce's engineering expertise became extremely important, particularly in the development of aircraft engines. After the war, the company continued developing luxury automobiles, and one name would become legendary: the Phantom. The Phantom became one of the world's most recognizable luxury cars, combining enormous presence with extraordinary craftsmanship. Rolls-Royce vehicles increasingly became associated with royalty, celebrities, and some of the world's most powerful people. For decades, owning a Rolls-Royce meant something more than owning a car. It represented exclusivity, wealth, and prestige. However, behind the luxury was a business facing serious financial challenges. The company entered difficult periods as the automobile industry continued to change. Rolls-Royce went through major restructuring and ownership changes, but the legendary name survived. Eventually, a new chapter began when BMW became connected with the modern Rolls-Royce automobile business. With BMW's technology and engineering resources, Rolls-Royce entered a new era while protecting its traditional commitment to luxury. The modern Phantom emerged as a flagship of the brand, combining traditional craftsmanship with advanced technology. Then came the Ghost, bringing Rolls-Royce luxury to a wider range of customers, while maintaining the brand's unmistakable identity. In 2018, Rolls-Royce entered the luxury SUV market with the Cullinan, a massive vehicle designed to take extraordinary luxury almost anywhere. But technology could never replace craftsmanship. Inside every Rolls-Royce, skilled craftsmen continued creating interiors almost entirely by hand. Then Rolls-Royce entered another historic chapter, the electric era. The Spectre became the company's first fully electric production car. From the Phantom and Ghost to the Cullinan and Spectre, Rolls-Royce had transformed while keeping its core promise, absolute luxury. And in 2026, the Rolls-Royce story continues. From a poor engineer named Henry Royce to one of the world's most exclusive automobile brands, the journey is a remarkable story of ambition, engineering, and luxury.